Exactly, right? A lot of things come full circle.
Absolutely. And that's actually funny you said that because we're actually working with Lucky Downtown production. We did all the marketing and ready for the place. So we basically branded his whole production, and that was all through the patent and the marketing side of what we do, not just the film side. We literally created experience for film companies and theater production companies, so that when they come into the production or even film experience, they see us. So if you go into that production, which Leslie Johnson is actually Tyler Perry's cousin, who literally who literally just held from Louisiana, where Tyler Perry is. Yeah, New Orleans. And so, but yeah, so we're working with him directly on a few projects. We're actually opening up a film studio in Norfolk, and so we're also connected to that. And the other film studios that we have also connected with here in Atlanta. So it's all relative, you know. And I think it's the degree of separation and the fact that 2 degrees or 6 degrees of separation. I think what it is mostly you just have to put yourself in the mix of things, and the opportunity will definitely present itself. And I think the opportunities that we've gotten so far, even since we started, has just been phenomenal.
Amazing.
I love your passion, the way you guys talk about what you do. I believe in anything, whether it's business or just the word is right on the tip. Leisure. You still have to enjoy it. You still have to come from a place that you love to do it. And if you can do what you love, you never work another day in your life.
Ever.
Yeah, like I can sit here and talk to y'all all day. They cut the lights off and just leave my I'll be talking to the wall. But
Be right here with you.
if you could do what you love, you never work another day in your life. And if you could do what you love and get paid, hey, listen, that's the real blessing. But sometimes you got to do it, sow seeds here and sow seeds there. So I don't want to discourage anyone that's listening. This is Walk by Faith. And there are things that you have to do to get to a certain place. But the first thing you got to do is love what you do.
Absolutely.
To take your gifts, and that's something that's hard to do. You love to do it, you can do it for free. But in order to live, you got to get some dollars and cents added up. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. We have real life out here. And so entrepreneurship is not just doing the work, it's getting paid for the work. So talk about the process of taking your gifts and talents and turning it into a business. What did that look like for you? Coming up with the name. Why Real Academy? Those things are important. I'm sure you understand that from a marketing standpoint as well.
So with Real Academy Film, I think a lot of the wisdom comes from the experience that we had, but also the community aspect of it, the teaching aspect of it, reaching out to people, kids, and to let them know that even at the smaller level, they can come into their own, right? So in the aspect that we had the academy where we actually teach people, on screen, on set, on stage, how to do those things. But for the entrepreneurial part of it, right? For the money part of it, I think that we're also teaching people, but also working with them to propel them in the art. Right? So not only are we putting them out there, we're creating events, right? The showcase events. That's vendors, that's musicians, that's the bar, that's the food, that is basically the whole of the entertainment, right? So we're not only propelling people in their art, their platform, and then also what we're doing, but we're also putting our platform information education so that people can not only gain resources, but we can also profit, not just us, not just or anyone else connected, but people also recognizing their talent, using their talent for the purpose, what they're supposed to be doing, but also getting paid for it. Building up their profile, building up their website, building up their building up their identity. So there's also the academy and if you kind of wrap it all into what we do, we're all inclusive experience, not only for us, but for other people, but to not only work, but to profit. A lot of things that we have done in the past, as far as, African American people, we don't profit. A lot of people don't profit, right?
Profit, not profit, P-R-O-P-H-E-T, not get a word, because we want a word, and we want the hands, no, we talking about the profit.
Profit, money, okay, not rich,
Yeah.
So we not only that, we talking about, right? We'll talk about that, but we also engage sponsorships, right? We also engage people who, want a spotlight with us, so we create avenues for them to do that, but also we profit for them so they can do so as well. So there's multiple grants we're looking into, right? Connections, associations, fiscal agency partnerships, right? So you can't just come into a level of production like this or entertainment like this and not have a plan for your future. You have to have a direction, right? You don't have a direction of focus, a clear path of where you're going. You can't take yourself there and not that, right? And that requires resources. It requires money, requires planning, requires budget, requires marketing. And so those are the things that we're starting to encompass for those having film, not just on a small level, but we have to do about, a piece of the local level, right? So those are the kind of things that we have been instituting pretty much conversation.
Yeah.
Rock it. Open it.
Yeah, I love that. I want to pivot a little bit because you have a gift, she has a gift, and just based on a chance encounter. I'm not sure how long you guys have known each other, but I want to talk about partnerships in business. There's someone that, I believe that you can have a vision, but there's some things that you just can't do alone.
Absolutely.
And in some business structures, corporations, partnerships is very important. So I want to talk about y'all journey in partnership. How did you know that you could trust her with your baby and your vision, and vice versa with the gifts and talents that you had? How did you know that it was okay to partner, that you had your own gift and was doing what you were doing, but it's the partnership that's got y'all together? Talk about that and provide some wisdom for someone that might start trying to see who to partner with, and move forward and building something great.
That's a great question too. Yeah. Of course it is. Of course it is. Communication. Sometimes it starts off simple. You communicate, you see where, sometimes even when you're talking, you're meeting people as friends, you kind of want to see where people's minds are, what's your day to day, what's on your mind most of the time, not just, what are you good at? The thing is, like the first question you asked me, who am I? So in communicating, when I met Talia, we actually were just talking. We actually met on set.
Yes.
We were actually on set. So that was already a plus, we were both, but as, we started talking, and as I mentioned earlier about coming together, because us as a people, one of the things that we have a problem with, from my perspective, is everyone who's independent. They just want to do their own thing. And even if they have people who help them, it's like, oh, no, but you don't want me, you can help me, but just stay on the outside, because I want all the praise, I want all the glory, I want all of this. This is my life. I don't care about it. I want to see things come to fruition. I want to see what's in your head. I want to see it on the screen. I want to see it on the stage. I want to see it anywhere, tangible. My communication with Talia was more like, hey, what's your vision? Where do you see yourself? What do you love to do? It fell in line with everything that I was thinking about. Everything when it came to what you mentioned earlier, what you love to do. What is your passion? What is your joy? What do you wake up thinking about and what do you go to sleep thinking about? And it was on par. I mean, it just matched, it just made sense, So even with, building of the company and everything, and, we actually, I mean, like I said, she instantly just became my family. Wow. Instant. I would say communication, understanding when you're getting together with somebody, you know, sh- um, share your visions. There's a lot of times when you're having these conversations, someone will say something that'll trigger you because it's like, I feel the same way. Oh, I thought about that. Or I have the same thing when it comes to people and how I feel we need to, encompass, like for example, when you and I were speaking in the car, even when I got you to your destination, we sat.
Yeah.
We sat, we spoke, and God, we were talking for a minute.
Yeah.
I could cancel some rides. I was like, let me just turn this apple up, because it was worth it.
Yeah.
And we invested our time together to have that conversation, which is what we're young now.
Wow.
So that's how people should really start encompassing when they're engaging other people.
Yeah.
If certain things, if you feel like you have to force something, and it's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, be natural, and then people will gravitate to who you are, not what you're trying to force yourself to be.
I think most people get into business relationships and they don't understand that they need a partner checklist. Okay.
That's good.
Like, listen,
Partner
like,
checklist, y'all.
Partnership in business is, male or female, or female, it doesn't matter. Like, you literally have to understand, is that person met exactly who I am, my goals, and where I want to go in the future? Because I think a lot of people just get in partnerships and don't realize that it's a commitment. It's basically, we can't just, it's not a one-off. You have to understand, how does my value, my character, my morals, my beliefs, what I teach myself in the future, how does that line up with my partner? If those things, if that partner doesn't check your life boxes or your goal boxes, your business boxes, don't do it. Because it's like a marriage. It's living like you have to commit to this. And you sign that EIN, and you're signing the paperwork and the registry, and you're saying, I'm making a commitment to make this business the best thing. So when you sign off on those things, you have to understand that if that person doesn't check their boxes, it's going to die. It's going to wither away. You're going to get a partnership divorce, whatever happens there. But you have to understand if the person is checking the boxes for your business and the relationships that you want to build in your business for the future, go for it. Because you can't lose with someone like that. Because they're going to hold you up and you're going to hold them up, even when it's rough and it's hard. But if not, you wonder why most businesses sell within the first year. Because one, people, I can do it by myself. No, you can't. You can't. You need someone to hold you up. I don't care if it's a wife, a husband, a friend, a brother, sister, cousin, mother. You need somebody to hold you up. And then also you need to understand that whoever you're working with has to have the same vision and focus as you do. And if you do it, if that works, go for it.
I love the thing that you said, partnership checklist. How they need to be aligned, same beliefs, same understanding, same work ethic.
Yeah.
Can they see?
Yeah.
Can they see where it will be a year down the line, 4 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line? Seasons come and seasons go. But a person's vision, what they see, is not natural. It's spiritual. And I believe when it comes to business partnerships, people don't understand how spiritual that is. When the Bible talks about being equally yoked, it's not just talking about marriage and type of relationships. It's talking about business relationships. How can two walk together unless they agree? Those are spiritual, biblical principles, but it really is prevalent in business when you partnership. Equally yoked. You've got, if you know what you got to know what a yoke is. And it's when the cow is yoked with the cow where they can graze together and walk together. If the cow tries to go to the right and this cow is gonna mess up, they're not gonna go anywhere, they're gonna be stagnant. In business, you've got to believe the same. You've got to walk the same. Because you're getting a real life contract with someone you are quote unquote guilty of. And that's not discussed in business. People just, oh, they got good ideas, whatever. Let's make this business, make this money, let's get this money. You ain't gonna get nothing back. You ain't gonna get a nickel if y'all on the same page. Or you might be stuck with a nickel and trying to figure out why we say because you have not partnered right. You didn't check out with those partnerships, you know, the partnership list. That's important. You can't be in a rush. Take your time. Test people out. See how things can go before you do sign contracts. You know, that's good stuff, you know. So your relationship, do you guys have faith? Are you, you know, Christians? What is your relationship? What is your foundational beliefs?
All right. We did. My beliefs, I mean, I do believe in high power. I do believe. I don't have the same beliefs as, you know, a lot of people, you know, I don't go to church, you know. However, I do believe that I'm here for a purpose.
Yeah.
You know, that is my belief. My also belief is that I believe in love. I believe in, you know, because you're here, you have your purpose, but in that, you plant seeds and you change the people's lives who you encounter. You know, if you're not able to do that, then you need to reevaluate what you're here for. You know, again, it's easy to say what you want to do, what your vision is, but how is what you're doing impacting other people around you? How is your everyday life, your attitude, what you say, how you look, what you talk about, how people see you? You know what I'm saying? Just a light of mine, where how do you shine, you know, people, and how you influence more things and propel others. So, and that's how I live my life, you know, where I influence others based on who I am. I do thank God. I do believe, you know, I pray out to the universe. I'm like, hey, but the first that's God, you know, creation. I'm a natural person. I love trees. I love the sky. I love the sunsets. You know, I can't see. You cannot go outside and not see God.
That's right.
You can't.
You can't wake up and not see it.
You know, you know, exactly. And so, but the thing is, sometimes I think people need a constant reminder, and you have to constantly think about it. Some people just wake up and they take it for granted. I didn't sleep too good. But we woke up, you know. And I know some people are like, oh, well, you wake up, it's no big deal. But just acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it. Once you acknowledge it, you start looking at life differently. You know, you start looking at the clouds and stuff like that. I've never seen that before. You know, it's a cloud formation. I've never seen that before. And so basically, that's, you know, that's my spirituality when it comes to life on this planet. You know, everything on this planet was for us, you know, by God, you know, and I think we need to really be more in touch with that, you know, and that's it. I mean, it's very simple. You know, that's how I live. You know, I don't like making things complicated, you know, like, well, you know, no, just, it's simple.
Yeah, it is.
You know, you meet people, say hello, you know, and I think that in our community, in our culture, it's like we talk about coming together as a people, but I think we just missed out on the simple fundamentals.
Yeah.
Say hi.
That's it.
That's it. Even when I was walking into the building, one day we were walking out eating our ice cream, I was like, hey, how you doing? She was like, hello, you know, she goes, have a good day. I was like, you too, thanks for, you know. Yeah. And it was simple. It was just, and you know, that can change how you feel.
Yeah.
Your day. It's a feeling like, wow. And, you know, I hear people say, okay, I hate people. I hate people. You know, I can't stand people.
Now, people do me.
But you have your challenges. You do have your challenges. You know? Like, how you doing? Shut up. Okay. You know, but still, open your mouth. Say something. When people want something, they open their mouth all the time. You watch a movie, you want something, you pay the Jordan something. People talk about stuff. Talk about the mundane. Talk about the regular things. You know, just say hi sometimes. So, you know, what do our parents teach us? You know, when we introduce someone, say hello. Yeah. Say hello. You know, there's people I meet, even like I said, they live things. People come in the car and say, "Hi, how you doing?" They just come and say, they don't say a thing.
But I think people need to understand that, you know, you can't, but people don't believe us God because we are the ones that's supposed to represent it anyway. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes, you never know what somebody somebody dealing with you in the backseat. But I'm sure by the time, just from what I encountered, they either listen to your music or encounter your presence. They're not the same when they get out of the car. And I believe, that if we are believing a higher power or submitting to him and we're letting our light shine, they're going to know that they've encountered him some kind of way. Evangelist Lauren Hill said, it could all be so simple, but we'd rather make it hard. Thank you so much for sharing it. This is Walk by Faith, where we share the inspiration of entrepreneurship. And, someone might be listening, might not go to quote unquote church, and they're listening to this podcast or might have wherever you are in your relationship. We just want you to know, believe. God is in the midst of you and your business and that gift you have. No matter how quirky, weird, or frustrating it may be to get it out, he is with you and he is rooting for you. And keep believing. So, Walk by Faith is prayer, hard work, integrity, tenacity, and hope. That's the 5 tenets, foundations of what the belief system is for this podcast. Of those 5 things, prayer, hard work, having integrity, being tenacious, and having hope, which would you say is the most important to you?
All of the above. All of the above. It's like, honestly, I feel like you can't have one without the other because they all coincide. I'll tell you this, when the formation of Economy Films also, my company was Evangelon, production studio. Evangelon, I registered Evangelon back in 1999, young man. And even then, the word evangelon is a word that I came up with that derives from 2 words, evangelist and Avalon. Evangelist, we know, the ministry of what you do. Avalon is a spiritual place of rest and healing.
Wow.
Okay? So I put those 2 words together, and that's what Evangelon. And I've been rocking Evangelon for all this time. Evangelon is a subsidiary of Real Academy Films. It's the music department of Real Academy Films. So yes, and based on what we've already shared, like I said, it's about doing what you love, making that money, but also helping and making sure that you may not know who you're going to help, but as long as you're making change, I don't care if you talk to 100 people and you just help 1, it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Changing lives, setting new paths.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yes. No encounter wasted. How about you?
I liken this to the script. I may not be getting right, but it's like as severe brother kindness. I'm not getting all of it right, but it's like I think all of those run in tandem with each other. Because if you have brotherly kindness, if you have kindness, if you have love, then those things encompass themselves and self-care. One of those things in tandem with prayer, meditation, word, doing your purpose, reaching out to people, then the things that will come to you will be really much, And so I agree with Andrew when you say, which one do you take? God has encompassed everything for that reason will. And so, my mother was very disciplined with me. I'm a PK. So I'm a teacher's kid, and so my mother was very, very disappointed that I didn't remember that scripture, but everyone knows.
Do you see why she's not working? Do you see why?
I'm not a PK, but I am a mother.
Yeah.
And it says, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. So you may not remember the Bible verse, you may not know, it's hidden in my heart. So there's some word that's going to flow out of me because I know it, I see it, and it's embedded, but I can't tell you if it's Timothy or Genesis. But I do want you to know that the foundation that's in you, that was laid, it's in you, and it's not going nowhere. So I can speak on behalf of my mom, she proud of me, baby. And she knows. And if you're a PK,
I'm a PK.
and if she, like I think she is, baby, she pray for them present me in that part. And that's why you're successful. That's why you're able to do what you do and have encounters and divine encounters and grow and build, and really Academy will be able to be Man, amazing because of that. So what's next for Real Academy? What's popping? What's going on?
Literally. So we have a production will be done for the 15th at the Stockbridge.
Performing Arts Center.
That's next Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
So film a woman's love. Yes.
yes.
Okay. Y'all need some red carpet or something to cover that?
Oh, yeah, we're doing the red carpet.
Okay.
And basically, Real Academy sponsors the full red carpet.
Who do the interviews and stuff?
We have Sharita Carter, which is
Okay.
a twin of mine. She's done.
Okay, you know me.
Listen, you know, look, I'm through.
Please.
That's true. I'm through. And so we have, we would love to have on the red carpet. We literally, everything, part of that production is like I said, direct extension of us, because everything you see in the marketing film side is, real. But we have that production coming out. We're steadily working on a production of the real show,
Yes.
which is a sketch comedy. Mine just like kind of we're also working on a showcase, a platform for a lot of the figures and artists that we have working within the next probably 3 to 4 months. And so, and also working on some small films, scripts, working with a lot of artists who are,
Yes.
making the production side successful.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. So if you was to give any advice to anyone that's listening right now that has a creative bone in their body, just give them some advice to inspire them right now.
Don't stop doing what you do. A lot of people, we're living in a climate now where everything is becoming difficult to the point where people are feeling that their gifts and their talents is not working because I gotta go, I gotta get a job, I gotta do this, there's too much going on. Families are breaking up, I'm arguing with my spouse, my girlfriend, I'm arguing with my mother, my father. But a lot of people are being distracted from the gift that was given. And that's all that is, a distraction. Stay focused. If you're a singer, sing. Sing when you're angry. Sing when you're hurt. When your feelings are down. Sing. Okay? If you're a graphic artist, create, paint, anything, draw, whatever it is that you do, double down on it. All right? Because honestly, that's the one thing that will, and I promise you, it will save your life and it will change your life. People are watching. No matter who you are, when you're walking out of that street, people are watching you. Sometimes you could just like, I love your look. I'm a fedora fanatic. I love fedoras, but then how many compliments have you got? Sometimes people are like, oh, I love it. And it's just random. Because why? Who you are, and that cannot be ignored. Let's look at that as a law of physics. It cannot be ignored. Okay? Stay in your craft and double down on whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is you love to do, just do it. It doesn't matter whether you feel like you're getting paid for it or not, just do it. It's therapeutic for yourself, and you never know. You never know. One thing I feel that, God has put me on this path where you continuously walk. In order for a situation to present itself to you, you have to move forward. If you don't move forward, these situations are not going to be presented to you because you're standing still. I'm a video game. What happens when you're standing still in a video game? You die. Move forward. And then a situation would definitely present itself to you. And in order for you to move forward, you just have to do what you do. Stay in your skill, your talent, your love, your passion. And then trust that God will, and He will present that situation for you. You may not know what it looks like, but you know when it hits you.
That's good. That's good. I'm inspired. I receive that. So listen, tell us how someone listens to the podcast, how can they connect with the Real Academy? Follow you guys. How are you get connected? Let us know.
You can reach us on Facebook, Real Academy Films on Facebook. We have realacademy.com. We haven't started our Instagram yet, but it will be Real Academy Films on Instagram. That'll probably be up and running by like day after tomorrow. So, but yes, you can do that. If you want to hear the theatrical sound scores, you can find it at on SoundCloud, which is Andrew Evangelon. On SoundCloud, that's Evangelon. Andrew Lee's Evangelon. It's on SoundCloud for now. It's going to be actually published worldwide next month.
I love it.
It'll be on every platform known to man.
I love it. Listen, y'all, thank you so much for joining the Walk by Faith podcast. And thank you, y'all. I will be rocking my Real Academy t-shirt with my hat to match.
Yeah.
I got the covers. Listen, I already got a fifth ready. It's about to get real. It's stunning. But listen, thank you guys so much for being here and sharing your wisdom and sharing your gifts with the world and being my friends. I appreciate y'all. Listen. Oh, thank you. I am your girl, your homie, your sister from around the way, Lady Nicole. You have been listening to the Walk by Faith podcast. Listen, make sure you tune in every Monday on New Black Wall Street Market Radio, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and follow, subscribe everywhere where podcasts are heard on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, everywhere, and share it. You know what I'm saying? Let people know, man, I found a good podcast that's inspirational and educational and uplifting and just all around fun because we keeps it 100 over here. Listen, Martin Luther King states that faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Listen, be inspired, be encouraged. I am your girl, your homie, your sister from around the way. And until next time, keep walking by faith. Thanks for listening to Walk by Faith podcast. I'm your host, Lady Tiffany Nicole. Please visit www.ladytiffanynicole.com to connect and be informed on new episodes and more. Until our next episode, continue to walk by faith.
Enjoying you too. Yeah.
You didn't run quiet.
Yeah.